Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing the Jan-uary book tag. So I was actually tagged to do this by Christine and Mo from the Roomies Digest, and this tag, the Jan-uary book tag, is themed after Jan Agaton, which is another booktuber. And so that's really creative. I think that's super awesome that they made a tag based on their name and the month together. Very creative. So yeah, I'm excited to do this tag. I actually met Jan for the first time when I was doing Read or I think it's normally called Read or Dare, but this time it was Read or Cheer. And so essentially we did reading sprints, but then we had dares during the breaks between our reading sprints. And it was my first time doing that, and I met a whole bunch of new booktubers while doing that, and it was so much fun. So I really want to do another one in the future. But yeah, I met Jan during that, and I mean, I've seen Jan before on Jesse from Bow Ties and Books, their channel. So I already knew of Jan, but I met her for the first time during those reading sprints, so that was a lot of fun. And so yeah, I'm excited to do this tag. So the first question is, what was the last book and the first book that you read last year, if you remember? So I'll start with the first one. The first book that I read in 2021 was Heartstopper Volume 3. So Marcus got me Heartstopper Volume 2 and Volume 3 for Christmas of 2020. And so I promptly jumped into Volume 2 during 2020 and then read Volume 3 as soon as 2021 started because I adore this series and I was so excited to have these graphic novels in my hands in physical format. It just was so exciting. So I'm out of breath talking about it. It just got me so pumped. So yeah, this was obviously the first one that I read in the year of 2021. And then the last book that I read in 2021 was Colorado Christmas Magic. So this is a book following a main character who is kind of a Scrooge. And she writes a blog where she posts one of her posts about how Christmas is like a hoax and it's not great. And then people suggest that she goes to this town called St. Nicholas because there's this legend of this town that anybody that goes there that's a Scrooge will leave the town being in love with Christmas and full of holiday cheer. And so she takes it upon herself to go to this town so that she can debunk this myth. It also helps that she got a free invitation to a bed and breakfast at the town for a week's long stay. So yeah, she goes along to the town to try and debunk this thing and see what's going on. And then there's also another character who is a detective, and he is going to the town at the same time because he has been noticing that people have been kind of changing their tune after going to this place, and he finds it very strange that that's been happening to a lot of different people. So he also goes to investigate, and then things happen. But yeah, that's the last one I read in 2021. The next question is, what is your first read of this year? And so my first one was Alatso. So I think it's called Alatso. I've heard other people say Alatsoe, so I'm not sure which pronunciation is correct. I say Alatso. I hope that's right. But yeah, I read this one because I was going to be joining in on the live discussion with the Fays and Gays book club for this. We have not done it yet, though. It had to be postponed. So I did read this one very beginning of January, got it completed, and I'm excited to talk about it. I don't want to dive too much into it here because I'm going to be doing a live show for it, and it's also going to be in my January wrap-up. But this is the first book that I read, and that's that. The next thing is to share 3 of your reading goals for this year. So one of my reading goals this year was to not really set any reading goals because I didn't want to be too difficult on myself or feel like I didn't accomplish anything. Not that I wouldn't accomplish anything, but I just didn't want to set those expectations for myself and then feel bad if I didn't meet them. So, I mean, I did set a reading goal of 70 books on Goodreads. And I guess that's one goal that I set. I'm not setting any subscriber goals or anything. I did meet my goal for last year, which was to get to 5,000, and I was super excited about that. But yeah, I didn't set any new goals for that this year. I think another one of my goals, though, actually is to go easier on myself in regards to reading and just read more of what I enjoy. So as I'm reading TBRs throughout the month, if I'm not feeling a certain genre or something, but I set it on my TBR, I'm allowing myself to be that's okay, and pick up something else instead. I'm giving myself the permission to do that. I'm also adding lots of graphic novels in between my main reads for the month because I have been missing graphic novels a lot and I haven't been reading enough of them. And I've always really loved graphic novels. So it's kind of like giving me little sparks of joy between my like bigger reads. So I'm excited about that. Next thing is to share 3 of your most anticipated titles. So I think this has come out already, but Heartstopper Volume 4, I really want to read that. I'm very excited to get my hands on it. I also really want to read Legendborn, like the second one. I don't even know what it's called, but the sequel to Legendborn. I'm really looking forward to reading that. And I'm also really looking forward to reading Cytonic, which is part of the Brandon Sanderson Skyward series. Although we already have it on our shelves, so like I can read it at any point. Oh, and one more, just because I want to give one more, is Aurora's End. I want to finish that series as well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they wrap up the trilogy. The next question is, which goals did you reach or not reach last year? And so I already kind of said that like I had the goal of reaching 5,000 subscribers last year, and I did meet that goal, which I'm super thankful and grateful for. That was awesome. Like I never thought that I would get to that point when I started out this channel. So yeah, that was like awesome, amazing. Any goals that I didn't really reach? All of these guys are books sent to me through my blog, and I had a goal to read a lot of them, and I definitely did not read that many. Like I probably only read like maybe 5 to 10 of these last year, which is not a lot considering I had 12 months to do it. So I think that would be one that I did not necessarily reach the goal for. But yeah, other than that, like I did reach a lot of the goals that I set for myself. Then we have, are there new releases this year that you have heard of but have no desire to read? And I would say that I have no desire to read what's that book called? It's the one by Sarah J. Maas, like House of Salt and something, or I can't remember what it's called. I honestly am so bad for remembering this, but I know she's coming out with the next one to that series, and I don't really care. I don't know. I haven't read any of those books, so yeah. Like the only Sarah J. Maas book I've read is Akatar, and I did enjoy that one. I probably should continue with that series because I did really enjoy the first one, but I have no interest in reading the other ones. So yeah. The next one is, what are some reading habits that you want to change this year, if there are any you have? I want to get more into like hosting reading sprints. I try and do them as much as I can, but like I want to get more into the routine of having them maybe like weekly, because I find that it's such a great community for reading sprints, and everybody is so nice and fun and welcoming, and we all just like chat about the books we're reading and just have a great time. If anybody has been in my reading sprints, we always end up talking about food. And it's probably because I don't eat before I start the reading sprints. So then I get my mind on the track of like snack food or dinner. And so yeah, we have a lot of discussions about food, but it's also a really fun time. I really enjoy meeting new people during those sprints that join in and hang out with us. So I definitely want to do more reading sprints. And then, like I said earlier, I just want to go easier on myself and kind of be a mood reader where if I'm not feeling a certain genre, I just won't read it. And I'll pick up something else and enjoy myself and enjoy my reading time. I guess that's the main goal, is I just want to enjoy my reading time more. So yeah. Then we have, are there any adaptations that you're excited about? I would have to say I'm pretty excited about the Lord of the Rings show that's coming out. I know that I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year. I loved the Lord of the Rings movies, and so like the fact that they're making a show is really awesome. I'm excited to see where they go with it. I would love to see a Red Rising adaptation. I remember seeing an interview with Pierce Brown where he said that there was an adaptation in the works, but it's been in the works for so long. And I believe it's going to be a TV series, but he doesn't know when it's going to be released. But there is a plan to have one. So that's very exciting. And I will be looking forward to that whenever it happens. Then we have favorite bookish memory of last year. I have a lot of good memories of last year. Like the book community has been fantastic. One of them would probably be creating the May the Force Read With You readathon. Marcus and I put like a lot of time and effort into making that thing come to life. And it was really exciting because like I got to see how excited he got about it. And then like we took all that creative energy and made a readathon out of it, and I got to have some fun co-hosts join me for it, and we had like a Star Wars themed trivia night and lots of reading sprints, and it was a lot of fun. So I think that would be like a highlight from last year. Also, when we did the reindeer readathon, which was just recently, that was the month of December, I always really enjoy doing the reindeer readathon and have so much fun with everybody that joins in. So it just like warms my heart to see all the different people interacting and joining in on the readathon and just having fun. And so yeah, that was definitely a highlight from last year as well. And then I guess I would say just like meeting so many new people. Like I've met a lot of booktubers in the last year that I did not know about before, and some of them have become like really close friends. So like I think that's really awesome and cool that that's a thing that can happen. And then the last question is, do you have any carryover books from last year that you plan on reading? I have no really like carryover books, although there was that one book on my NetGalley TBR called Lakes of Mars, which I was supposed to read in December, and I did not read it. And it's now been 2 years that I have planned to read it in December and not read it both times. So I feel like I should read that one and get it off my NetGalley TBR shelf because yeah, it's very, very long overdue. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for the tag. I'm not going to tag anybody, but like if you want to do this tag, I'm going to have all the questions in the description down below, as well as a link to Jan's channel so you can check her out as well. And yeah, definitely let me know if you do the tag though, because I would be interested to watch your video. Also, let me know in the comments down below your answers to some of these questions if you want to share those. Anyways, that's it for my video, guys. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as a link to buy my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post some videos on Mondays and Thursdays. Until next time, keep on reading.